Thanks, Jim. It's great to be able to talk about how we are working with our partners in the private sector, in particular the critical infrastructure and key resource sectors. The fusion centers have a critical role. They are really a nexus for that sort of information sharing. We have both programs rooted in FBI with their InfraGuard, with DHS working with the critical infrastructure key resource sectors. I want to highlight two things. One is most of the fusion centers have things that we call terrorism liaison program, or officer programs, where they reach out and use that as a conduit to share information. Another very exciting development is, again, with the nationwide suspicious activity reporting initiative, where to date we've been focused on training frontline law enforcement officers, but we've just announced what we call the Hometown Partners Training, which is targeting the 1.3 million firefighters in the country, 70% of whom are volunteer, the 250,000 911 call center operators, the 2.2 million private security officers in the critical infrastructure and key resource sectors, emergency management personnel, thousands of those, and about 100,000 probation parole officers. So through this greater outreach to the hometown partners, we're going to further integrate many voices into the nationwide suspicious activity reporting initiative and our national information sharing architecture.
Yes, the dialogue is expanding. Tomorrow we're doing a session on how social networking is beginning to play into this thing. Does that figure in at all in some of this sharing with local, or is that things on the radar screen, or is that something down the road for the government yet?
No. There's the different fusion centers and the different sectors
taking advantage of different types of technologies.
Yeah, it's taken advantage outside. Right? The way it works is that there's already an obligation for folks to be able to report crime, right? Whether you're in the
see something, say something kind of program.
Say something. So that's the critical part of our nationwide public awareness component. Secretary Napolitano has done tremendous work with if you see something, say something, and that's how we get that further engagement out to the American people to integrate them into this infrastructure.
Yeah.